Hi, I'm Forrest Gump. Today I'm doing a video on what's the difference between herbs and pharmaceuticals, which y'all call medicine. Now, if I should come on here and tell you what the difference is, you wouldn't believe me. You would question me. You would challenge me. You would call me all kind of need to grows. You would say, who are you? What's your credentials? You know, why should we believe you and listen to you? You ain't nobody. You know, you would attack me instead of checking me. You would attack me. You wouldn't even check before you attack. You would automatically assume that I'm an idiot and that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because that's what black people do. So I'm looking out for the interest of others because that's what I do for business wise. I'm not practicing. I'm not giving medical advice. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you someone who's been selling, pharmaceutical drugs for the past 15 years. And I'm going to let you hear them tell you what if I told you you wouldn't believe me. So we're going to listen to someone who's been doing it for 15 years and, who's actually killed somebody with this crap, but you're taking it every day. And so when I come along and I say, hey, there's a better way, pharmaceutical drugs are the alternative. They are not the original method for healing. You know, your body is not made up of chemicals that man sell. Your body is made up of minerals and nutrients that the earth provides. If I said that, you think I'm stupid? You'd call me all kinds of names. You wouldn't trust me. So listen to what this lady has to say, and then think for yourself before you run and pop these pharmaceuticals in your body. Just listen to what she has to say. Don't trust me, check me. Check this out.
My name is Gwen Olson, and I am the author of Confessions of an RX Drug Pusher. I'm a 15-year veteran of the pharmaceutical industry, and I left in the year 2000. And what I would like to do today is I would like to dispel the myth that the pharmaceutical industry is in the business of health and healing.
What?
Because in fact, what the pharmaceutical industry is in the business of doing is disease maintenance and symptoms management. They are
Uh-uh.
not in the business to cure cancer, to cure Alzheimer's, to cure heart disease, because if they were, they would be in the business of putting themselves out of business, and that in
Hush your
fact
mouth.
doesn't make sense.
Hush your mouth.
I don't want people thinking that I am a conspiracy theorist, because in
Uh-huh.
fact there is no theory behind what I'm telling you. It's all
Oh,
provable. And what
okay.
I'm saying is provable is that the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want to cure people. You need
Hmm.
to understand,
Really?
specifically when we're talking about psychiatric drugs in particular, that these are drugs that encourage people to remain customers of the
What?
pharmaceutical industry. In fact, you will be told if you're given a drug such as an anxiolytic or an antidepressant or an antipsychotic drug that you may be on the drug for the rest of your life. And very
Girl?
frequently, people find that they are on the drugs for a very long period of time, if not permanently, because they're almost impossible to get off of.
Wait.
Some of them can have very serious withdrawal symptoms, and most of them can have extremely serious withdrawal symptoms if they're stopped cold turkey. But some people even experience withdrawal symptoms when they try to titrate or they try to eliminate the drug little by little, day after day. So it's
Uh-uh.
really important to understand the motivation behind all of the current maintenance drugs that are
Okay.
on the market, even, for example, drugs such as cholesterol lowering drugs. And what we are in fact finding now is that cholesterol drugs are lowering cholesterol excessively and causing other disease states as a consequence.
Working too
So
good.
you need to be careful about trying to take drugs in order to remain healthy, because you're never going to have anyone come to you and tell you that the drugs are always tried against a placebo in clinical trials. What a
What's that?
placebo is a sugar pill.
What?
And in fact, many drugs are not found to be much more efficacious than the sugar pill. And
Efficacious.
in a case in point, actually, is the recent clinical
Hush your
trials
mouth.
that were released in the meta-analysis that came out of the UK on antidepressants, on the newer SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor antidepressants.
Say that again.
And what was found was the information that activists and other researchers have known for decades, was that antidepressants are no more effective than placebo, no more effective than sugar pills. But yet
Girl,
there are over 44 million people that have been taking these antidepressants, and a large number of them people that have mild to moderate depressive
you lying. You
episodes.
lying.
In fact, they prove that the antidepressants were not effective in anyone, with the exception of some of the
Lord
most
Jesus.
severely depressed patients.
Jesus.
And I can tell you from personal experience that there are a number of things that depressed patients can do to improve their mental status aside from drugs that are quite effective, and in
What can
fact
do?
more effective than placebo.
What we can do?
Another recent study that was released showed that exercise was in fact more effective than
Exercise.
either placebo or the antidepressant drug that they were compared to. But just like Bill Maher said in his show, we're never going to hear any ads on television that are sponsored by anybody saying, the New England Journal just announced that exercise is twice as effective as antidepressants in curing depression. Ask your doctor if getting your butt off the couch is right for you. You're never going to
Girl,
get that kind of
exercise, girl.
good information, fair, balanced information, as long as pharma is funding the major TV stations, the advertising that supports those television stations, the major journals, and all of the advertising that supports the major journals. You just have to be commonsensical, people, and understand that
They
the
can't do
pharmaceutical
that.
industry makes 5 to 6 times the
Common
amount
sense.
of money as any of the other Fortune 500 companies in the United States of America. They are not going to easily or readily give up that income. And we are, in fact, considered a human commodity. Our loved ones, our children, our elderly are considered cash cows that are preyed
Cash
upon
cow.
by pharmaceutical reps such
Preyed
as
upon.
myself, who are encouraged to go in and build
Her.
market shares without thinking about the consequences to patients, without knowing the misinformation that they are distributing, without being aware that the
Jesus.
clinical data has been contrived, or that
Y'all
the
believe it.
patient populations have been cherry-picked, or that the side effects have been minimized and reported in such a manner that it doesn't present the information correctly. I spent 15 years in this industry. I was one of the best, but I'm here to tell you that the industry has run amok, that we are at a severe crossroads in this nation, and that we have got to take our power back, and we have got to start making the pharmaceutical industry accountable for their actions and for the defective products that they're putting on the market. It won't be long before every American is affected by this disaster. And we need to be aware of what the differences are between diseases, between disorders, and between syndromes. Because if it doesn't have to be scientifically proven, if there are no tests, if there are no blood tests, CAT scans, urine tests, MRIs, if there is nothing to document that you have a disease, then you in fact do not have a disease, you have a disorder. And it has been given and has been diagnosed pretentiously. And you need to get yourself educated and understand that there are options, and those options are much more effective than drugs. You need to look into the nutritional aspects of your diet and your lifestyle aspects.
Really?
Are you exercising? Are you taking care of yourself in the ways that you need to be proactive about your health?
Nutrition.
Because once you start down the road of taking one prescription drug on top of the other, you will
Like you
be
doing.
a lifelong customer for the pharmaceutical industry, and your choices will be truncated. So I would like to ask you to please self-educate, be proactive, and share the information with others. The next victim could be someone that you love. Thank you.
Hush your mouth. The next victim can be somebody that you love. But wait a minute. If you look at any videos I've ever done, this is all I've ever said. Pharmaceuticals are the alternative. Every time you pop one, you already know before you popped it that it had 10 different side effects, but yet you still took it because you trusted the person in the white jacket. You trusted the person with the DR in front of their name, but you didn't trust the person in the black jacket or in the black skin. But wait a minute, you didn't trust the person that came to you and said, hey, nature's been here longer than man. Check out what nature has to say. Oh no, you ridiculed that joker and you cast stones at him. That's what you did. But that's what you do. But wait a minute. That's why you're suffering. Mm-hmm. Cause see, you ain't got no disease. You got a disorder. Oh yeah. And it's called a eating disorder. Not a disease, a eating disorder. But I can't tell you that because I ain't got no DR in front of my name. And I ain't got no white jacket. So you don't believe me. No. You believe the person with the DR and the white jacket because you see that's your God, and they'll never lie to you for the money that they get from you and the insurance companies. Oh no, they would never lie ever, ever, never. But let me tell it, I'm a dookie head, a booger lips, a nobody. You don't trust me. You don't want to trust me, but it's okay. Keep popping that poison. Pop that poison. Yeah, nature ain't going nowhere. See, man didn't make man. Let me say that one more again because you didn't hear me. Man didn't make man. So why would you run to a doctor? Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And tell him what's wrong with you for him to practice on you with the poison that he's going to give you. You heard what she just said? She said they ain't in the business to go out of business. So that means everything they make is to manage your symptoms, not to cure, not to stop, not to fix, not to get rid of, not to release your ass, but to keep you coming back, keep you coming back, keep you spending money, get you hooked like a crackhead that you already are. hmm Guinea pig. That's what you is. Because you won't listen to somebody with some damn sense. But you are listening to somebody that's trying to get them dollars. But the person with the sense got the best deal. But the person with the dollars getting the most money, but he killing you in the process. hmm Remember that. Next time a herbalist come to you and say, "Hey, I know what you can do about them fibroids. Oh, I know what you can do about that cancer. Oh, wait a minute now. See, herbs don't cure. The body cures. Herbs just use the minerals that the body needs to cure. That's right. Herbs don't cure. The body does the curing, but it needs the minerals and nutrients to do it. You heard what she said? She said, think and go back towards the nutritional aspect. Get off them freaking pharmaceutical drugs. That shit say drugs. Poison. That's how you spell poison, by the way. drugs. Man didn't make man. Don't get that twisted now. Man didn't make man. So man can't fix something he didn't orchestrate. That's why they practicing. Every time you walk in them doors, you just another case of practice. Nature don't play like that. Nature say do this, that, or the other, and I got your back. So now, think before you act next time. Do a little research. Talk to somebody who's from the natural side of life, somebody who has done the research and studied what plants can do for you that pharmaceutical drugs can't. My name's Forrest Gump. Until the next time, keep watching. Stay tuned. I got something else good for you, too. Okay? Peace out. Bim ya.